Hello, YouTube community. It's Robert S., and welcome back to RobScure Music, where it's Saturday morning and I'm enjoying a cup of pumpkin spice coffee. So, yes, I actually buy into that whole pumpkin spice marketing trend that happens this time of year. And I'm having this I love owls, and this is a mug that my daughter bought me, so enjoy drinking out of this mug all the time. What I want to talk to you about today is this album by the Rolling Stones. This is their latest, Hackney Diamonds, and what a fantastic album this is. I mean, the Stones are not just rolling, they're rocking. They are back, and they're back with their first original studio album in 18 years. Can you believe it's been that long? 18 years. And this has a number of special guest musicians on it, and I'll get into more details on that later when we discuss the songs. But this is not like collaborations like along the lines of, say, Stevie Wonder and Paul McCartney doing Ebony and Ivory. It's not Mick Jagger and David Bowie doing an almost embarrassing cover of Dancing in the Streets. This is pure Rolling Stones, where they've invited some people to join them. And it's amazing. It's produced by Andrew Watt, and I think he was an excellent choice for this. He's worked with some of our classic rock idols. He's worked with Elton John, Paul McCartney, but he's also worked with some current stars like Dua Lipa. And he's been known to use auto-tune in times. He did that famously with the Elton John and Britney Spears song Hold Me Closer, which was done last year, I think in 2022, and he used it with Ozzy Osbourne on his album Patient Number 9, but not here. Here, the Stones sound like the Stones, and that's a good thing. So let's get into the album itself a little bit. First off, that cover artwork. And sorry about the glare. Let me take this out, and maybe we can get a better image. I've heard people say that they don't care for this cover at all. I love this cover. This is pure artwork. They do have alternate covers. I'll show you the back here. This is more along the lines of the classic Stones logo. And they have a cover with several of these all over the front. They have another version that has this heart with a woman's arms and legs around it. I actually went to Target. I saw this LP, and I did not pick it up yesterday. And I'm kicking myself now for not doing it, and I'm going to go out and try to find it today. But I did find the CD in Walmart. So I was happy to get the CD. I've listened to it now. This is Saturday morning. I've listened to this album twice. Fantastic. And I'll show you that track listing. You can pause that and read it if you'd like, because I'm not going to hold it up that long, quite frankly. And mixed vocals on here are fantastic. You know, our musical icons from the past, they're all aging. Their voices are not what they were in many, many cases, but not so much with Mick. And you hear him and you see the way he moves on stage, if you've seen a live performance recently, and you think, this man is 80 years old. And then when you look at somebody like Mitch McConnell, who's 81, you think, hey, maybe there's something to this sex, drugs, and rock and roll life. But seriously, His vocals are amazing on this album. The album is dedicated with love to Charlie Watts, who is the Stones drummer that we lost in 2021. And let's go through some of the songs. The album opens with the song Angry. That was the first song that they released from this album. And honestly, I love this song, Angry. This is a real rocking, kick-ass song, honestly. It's a blast from the past, basically, in terms of the Stones. And it's got a great riff, and honestly, you listen to that song, and the last thing you feel is angry. I mean, this is just pure enjoyment from the Rolling Stones. And that song, Angry, is a great way, I think, to open it up. It's a real rocking number. And then you move into Get Close, and Get Close actually features Elton John on piano. Now, those of you who know me will know that the Beatles are my number one musical artist, and by that I mean not only the group, but all of the four musicians as solo artists. And number two, Elton John. Elton John will always be my number two artist. Love Elton John. I actually didn't realize he was going to be on this album, so that was a win for me. And he's actually on two songs. But on Get Close, he plays piano, but he's not a standout in this. It's sort of like, he's just part of the background, doing what he needs to do to make the song great. And in fact, the standouts on this song are the drumming by Steve Jordan, and he was handpicked by Charlie Watts to replace him as drummer, and James King on sax, and the sax solo, it's perfect. So great second song. That's followed by a song called Depending on You, and this is a nice ballad. It's actually co-written by Andrew Watt, and it has a more contemporary type sound to it. And the lyrics, I should say, on the lyrics on this album, some are really good and others not so much, but the music is great. And I think all around it's perfect. But again, we'll kind of get into that with each of the songs. But this particular one, I like some of the lyrics here. Let me see if I can find it. It says, now she's giving her loving to somebody new. I invented the game, but I lost like a fool. Now I'm too young for dying and too old to lose, because I was depending on you. And great song. And then we get to the song that features Paul McCartney, Bite My Head Off. And here Paul has his Hofner bass, but he's playing it through a Univox Super Fuzz. And it's the perfect bass solo that he does. And it gives you that sort of down and dirty sound to this. And the bass is just absolutely fantastic on this song. And while we don't get vocals from Paul, which would have been nice, but I do understand actually that we will get another song with the Stones featuring Paul McCartney's, I believe, his vocals on the next album. So stay tuned for that. And then you've got the next song is Whole Wide World. By the way, I'm looking at the sheet that has lyrics and the songs and everything. And this is a song that kind of, I don't know if it gave rise to the title of Hackney Diamonds, but it sort of is a link back to that. It says, the streets I used to walk on are full of broken glass, and everywhere I'm looking, there's memories of my past. And Hackney Diamonds, there's, I guess, a quote from Mick Jagger about, broken glass, the whole smash and grab thing that's going on now with people, breaking glass and stealing things, whether it be in stores, cars, or whatever. And he was saying, like, in all this broken glass in Hackney, they're calling Hackney diamonds. And so again, it's talking about that. And then the next song, actually, Dreamy Skies, he does talk about diamonds. He mentions diamonds. So I think it's kind of a combination of the two. But it's an interesting title, if nothing else. But anyway, Whole Wide World features great guitar work. And, so far we're 5 songs in, and every one is a winner. And then we get to Dreamy Skies. Dreamy Skies gives us that classic Stones country tune. This is along the lines of Faraway Eyes, Factory Girl, No Expectations, things like that. I mean, this sounds like, honestly, like it could have been lifted from Beggar's Banquet. Real great honky tonk type song in that Stones vein that they do so well. And the next one, Mess It Up. Again, another sort of classic Stones styling. This is basically where the Stones in the past would have talked about the bad girl, the what's the song I'm thinking of? Backstreet Girls or Stupid Girls. Now they've got the bad girl in the modern age. This is the girl who steals your passwords. This is the girl who shares your pictures with her friends, and she's taking your car keys. And it's, like I said, classic Stones. Next song, Live by the Sword. Live by the Sword is, again, another great song. Basically, there are consequences to your action. If you live by the sword, you'll die by the sword. And this song, again, features Elton John on piano, features him a little bit more prominently than perhaps on that first song. And the song actually has both Charlie Watts and Bill Wyman on it. So classic Stones lineup here. It's great to have that that true backbeat of Charlie and Bill on this song. And then it's followed up by Driving Me Too Hard. This one is probably, in my mind, this is the weakest song on the album. It's decent. It's a nice, pleasant, middle-of-the-road type rock song. No standout. The lyrics don't really do much for me. But it's not a number that I would skip. If I'm listening to the CD, I'm not hitting skip on this. This I'll listen to, and it may take some time for me to really appreciate it, but it was pleasant enough. Let me put it that way. And then we get to Tell Me Straight. Keith is taking over on the vocals now. He's got a raspy voice. So, he's an old man, let's face it, but it works in this song. And I love this song, actually. And this is kind of a classic, Keith type song. I love the lyrics. He said in here, let's see if I can find it. Oh yeah. Tell me straight. Don't make me wait. Is my future all in the past? I love that line. Just fantastic song. Again, his voice is somewhat raspy, but it's a slow rock number, and he does a fantastic job on that. And then we've got, after that, Sweet Sounds of Heaven. And this was the second song that was released from this album. And again, much like the cover, I think I've heard some people don't like this song. Personally, I don't know what they're hearing, but this is an amazing song. When this was released, I think people, me and others, said, you know what, this is as good, if not better, than Angry. This is a more bluesy song. It's definitely all Stones, but it features Stevie Wonder on piano and Lady Gaga on amazing vocals. What she adds to this song is absolutely incredible. When the song first was released, I was seeing comments online where people were saying, younger people, I guess, were saying, "Have you heard this new Lady Gaga song? It's amazing. Lady Gaga is so special. Lady Gaga this, Lady Gaga that." And I thought, a new Lady Gaga song? She sings on it, but this is a Rolling Stones song. Come on, people. But I got to tell you, she adds so much to this song. And when I heard it, and even now when I hear it, it's like, it's amazing. It actually, I'm somewhat familiar with Lady Gaga. I would never consider myself a Lady Gaga fan, but I know Lady Gaga. I know her work: Bad Romance, Poker Face, Born This Way. But after hearing her performance on this, and she's such a good singer that I'm tempted to explore her catalog. Particularly, I think the stuff that she did with Tony Bennett, I might appreciate. Even what was the remake? A Star Is Born with Bradley Cooper. She's got a song, and I can't think of what it is right now, but stuff like that, more so than perhaps the Bad Romance earlier type of music. But I'm willing to give it a listen, and who knows? You may see me talking about Lady Gaga in the future. And then after that song, we end up with a Muddy Waters tune, Rolling Stone Blues. And if you know this story, what a great way to finish this album. This is the song that gave the band its name. Muddy Waters, Rolling Stone Blues. And of course, they do an excellent job on it. That completes the album. If you haven't picked it up yet, run to your nearest store, or get to your computer and order this online. However you like to buy your music, buy this. So that's it. I'll have another sip of coffee. And then I'll stay well, friends. And remember, if the music strikes a chord, let it play.